What's going on, everyone? Bran here from Bloody Breakdown, and today, yes, we're going to be doing another Scream 5 video, but, a lot of times I try to focus on what is confirmed, what's out there, confirmed by the studio or the actors or actresses themselves. Today, we're going to dive into the depths of a Scream 5 rumor roundup. Now, there's a lot of Scream 5 rumors going on out there, but there's two in particular that I wanted to focus on in this video that have directly come from casting. And these rumors aren't literally just plucked out of thin air. These are rumors that actually have a little bit of basis for them. Bear in mind, nothing is concrete. That's why this video is a rumor roundup. Everything is a rumor. Regardless of whether I have some sort of a reason to justify putting in this video or not, it's irrelevant. It is, at the end of the day, still very much a rumor. So let's go ahead and talk about these rumors. First and foremost, something that struck my attention was Melissa Barrera putting a video out on her Instagram, if I'm not mistaken, with some of the cast members on the beach, I guess just kind of getting to know each other. It's, I think it's kind of cool, these especially the young cast hang out and get to know each other, so we kind of feel that rapport maybe a little bit more through their characters. But Melissa Barrera decided that she was going to post something on Instagram, a video of the cast members at the beach, which is, I think is fine. They all had their masks on. I have no complaints about any of this whatsoever. But I'm pretty sure the studio did, because one of the people, and you can tell this even with the mask on, is Heather Matarazzo, who, if you're not familiar with her, especially being a Scream fan, I'd say that's somewhat forgivable. She had a small cameo in Scream 3, was basically used as a plot device to get the Randy Meeks tape to Sydney and Company. She did indeed play Martha Meeks, Randy's sister. She was actually on the beach with the Scream 5 cast, and a lot of people noticed this, and a lot of people kind of made some inferences. And I'll be honest with you, I did the same. If Heather Matarazzo is hanging out with the cast of Scream 5, and she has a small, brief history with the franchise, that tells me, and it told a lot of other people out there that did indeed see this before it was quickly scooped down off the internet, that there's a chance that we may actually be seeing Martha Meeks in Scream 5. From what we understand, the story is going to be taking place in Woodsboro again. Makes sense, that's where she's from. The character, I think anyone with the last name Meeks in Scream, any relative of Randy, can be looked at someone that could have an interesting story, and we would kind of feel a sense of familiarity with them. And I think even, definitely going to the fact that this character did have a cameo 2 Scream films ago at this point, and has a little bit of, I guess, for lack of a better term, we kind of know who it is as a fan of the franchise. But I do think it would be interesting to see her come back. I think that, like I said, she was kind of a plot device to get that tape to Sydney in Scream 3. That was pretty much the only reason she was there. She really didn't have anything else to do with the story. But it was cool to see Randy's sister. It was cool to see Randy again because of the tape. So I like the character, albeit, we don't know much about her. But I like the fact that she could indeed be returning to this film. I am one of those fans of this franchise and plenty of others where I'd love to see people come back that just vanished after they survived the film. Joel, the cameraman from Scream 2. Detective Mark Kincaid after Scream 3. That's why I was really glad to see that Judy Hicks, aka Marley Sheldon, who we got to talk about you too, Marley. Glad to see that she was coming back for this Scream 5. So I'm on board for this. I love these characters coming back and making, hopefully, a bigger splash than they did originally, especially with someone like Heather Matarazzo, who is actually a pretty good actress. I've seen some of her work. I enjoyed it, and I think she did good with what she had for the cameo that she had in Scream 3. So as far as I'm concerned, I'll give this one a fingers crossed. I hope it happens. If they don't really want to expound upon the character, I mean, there's a possibility you could be looking at one of or the opening kill for Scream 5, and that could pose to be interesting as well if done correct. Now, I said that we also had to talk about Marley Sheldon because just like Melissa Barrera, she is guilty of potentially spoiling something as well, because her first day back on set, she was obviously extremely excited about it. She took to Instagram as well, tagged everyone from the film she was so happy to be working with, and one name in particular definitely raised a few eyebrows. These thick ones right here. Because she tagged Skeet Ulrich, who I'm sure most of you know is the man who portrayed Billy Loomis in the original Scream, one of, if not the most prolific killer to ever don the Ghostface mask. The original brains, I guess if you don't count Roman, behind the Ghostface murders to begin with. So, does that mean that Billy Loomis, does that mean that Skeet Ulrich is going to be a part of this new film? And if so, how pissed is Matthew Lillard going to be? But, you know, all BS aside, Billy Loomis is dead. Scream has always been a franchise that, I mean, you're really not going to see them bring characters back from the dead, you know, antagonist or protagonist. You're not really going to see that. Scream has been a franchise where many things are ridiculous that can't happen, like, you know, Tatum in the garage or whatever. But on the whole, as far as slasher flicks go, they're pretty, you know, based in, you know, the real world, so to speak. So if Skeet Ulrich is coming back for Scream 5, I would assume that it would be in some sort of a flashback, in some sort of, you know, utilizing him like they did Tobin Bell as Jigsaw after Saw 4, to where it's a lot of flashbacks, it's a lot of maybe knowledge we didn't have, maybe just some things to, you know, hammer home whatever the theme or whatever the storyline or plot is of this film. There's a lot of people out there, including myself, that believe that a Billy Loomis child could potentially be somebody who could be a killer or even just a character in this film. It's 25 years since her, Sid and Billy hooked up. 25 years since, for example, Marley Sheldon's character, Judy Hicks, was in school with them. There's a lot of little rumors floating around out there that maybe could be tied into this. But at the end of the day, I do think it's odd that she tagged him, but it could just be the fact maybe they're good friends in real life. You know, maybe, you know, just because of his involvement in the original film, that could be just the end of it. We could all really be digging way too deep into this, or we could be getting some more Billy Loomis in Scream 5. And as long as he's dead, as long as we don't get zombie Billy Loomis as the killer under the Ghostface mask in Scream 5, I'll give this one a fingers crossed too. I would love to see a scenario in which maybe, and I've heard a couple of other YouTubers talk about this, it may have been Critical Overlord. I'm not 100% certain about that, but just, you know, shout him out whenever I can because he puts out really good content. It may have been him that said something along the lines of maybe a daydream or dream type scenario where Sydney could see what her life would have been like had Billy and Stu, and I guess even Roman, never did what they did. And that may be cool, seeing an aged Randy, Billy, Stu, Tatum. I would really enjoy seeing something like that. So yeah, fingers crossed. I think if done correctly, I say that, but it's my opinion. If done properly, at least I think by the standards they've set forth, how about that? Then I think it would be pretty interesting, and I would enjoy it. So there we have it. The potential, the possibility for not only the return of Martha Meeks as a character in Scream 5, and the possibility of seeing Billy Loomis once again in the Scream franchise. Could be very interesting if done the way they've set forth in the past. That could be very, very interesting. We've seen Sydney hallucinate her mother's ghost before in Scream 3. A lot of people, are shitty about that, but I didn't really see a big issue with it. It was a dream or a hallucination. So if something like that were to happen, I'm specifically thinking of the scene where, her mother kind of withers away at the window and she gets closer and Ghostface pops up and breaks through the window. Can you imagine Billy Loomis in that scenario? I think it would be a really effective scene. And it would carry over that theme that, try as she might, Sid's got some serious issues that she may never be able to deal with. But yeah, let me know what you all think down below about these leaks. They may or may not be that. Drop me a comment letting me know what you think about the possible returns of Billy Loomis and Martha Meeks. If you have anything Scream 5 related that I haven't covered on this channel that you'd like for me to cover, you can leave that down below in the comment section as well. Leave a like if you enjoyed today's Scream 5 rumor roundup, and definitely check below in the description section where you'll see a couple of links to follow me on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, or even support my work via Patreon. It'd be greatly appreciated if you would do so. So yeah, it's Halloween season, ladies and gents, so this should be one of many horror film related videos that I'm going to be trying to pump out this month. I know I've been a little slack lately. That's going to change. It's a big month here at Bloody Breakdown, and I want to live up to that, as I think a lot of horror movie channels are doing. I think it's only right. It's our time of the year. It's the most wonderful time of the year. So with that said, I'm Bran from Bloody Breakdown, and we'll catch you all next time.